become a familiar sight over San Diego skies. The county now on its fourth day of fires, which have forced people out of their homes and sent up clouds of smoke. I'm Bill Griffith.
Good morning. I'm Virginia Chow. Let's get right to where things stand now. It is just in the past 2 hours that we learned that the COCOS fire that began in San Marcos and spread to Escondido is now 10% contained at 3,018 acres. Overnight, San Marcos lifted evacuation orders for everyone west of Villa Veracruz, including Lake San Marcos and homes to the east of the lake. We're also learning that the Las Pulgas fire on the west side of Camp Pendleton, that one has grown to 8,000 acres. It's only 5% contained right now. Overnight, the Marines called for an evacuation of the 32 and Las Flores areas. Camp Las Pulgas and Camp Margarita were evacuated yesterday afternoon. The Las Pulgas gate to Camp Pendleton is closed, along with parts of Stuart Mesa, Basilone, Las Pulgas, and Ammunition roads. Meantime, the Tomahawk fire, that's burning on the east side of Camp Pendleton, it has scorched 6,300 acres. That one is 23% contained.
The Poinsettia fire in Carlsbad is now contained at 400 acres. A body was found yesterday in a homeless encampment. Investigators are looking into whether the person died as a result of the fire or some other reason. This midday, Carlsbad police are limiting access to residents at 3 points for safety: Black Rail and Poinsettia, Black Rail and Sapphire, and Poinsettia and Brigantine. Those are the only 3 access roads that are open and they're controlled. The Bernardo fire, which started in Forest Ranch on Tuesday, burned almost 1,600 acres. It is 90% contained. The worst wildfire in the county, of course, the COCOS fire. It's grown to more than 3,000 acres, as Virginia just said, and has already destroyed at least 4 homes.
Yeah, 10 News reporter Matt Mendez is live in Escondido, where firefighters are staging today. Matt, what are firefighters telling you about their preparations?
Well, they had a lot of extra firefighters on hand early on, and good thing, because firefighters say they still can't believe how soon in the season these fires have been popping up. We are here at the command post. I want to show you this map they have of some of these fires. This map is a little outdated. As you mentioned, there are only about 4 active fires right now, and firefighters here from across the state are ready to tackle them. 10 News cameras captured incredible video as flames tore through San Marcos. Airplanes were quick to help out, dropping fire retardant. With high temps and low humidity, firefighters have kept busy across San Diego County for the last several days, with wildfires popping up everywhere. But CAL FIRE officials are hoping today's weather brings a bit of relief.
Winds have changed, working in our favor, and we're going to use that to our advantage today and hopefully get a pretty good handle on this.
Here at the command post at Kit Carson Park, firefighters from across the state woke up early and ate breakfast, then heading out to the front lines to relieve the overnight crews, 1,000 of them.
You know, some of these guys have been out here for 36 hours straight. They've just been going from fire to fire to fire with not a lot of relief.
Their biggest task today is to protect more homes. At least 3 families in the San Marcos area weren't so lucky, but thousands of others evacuated were able to return to their homes in one piece.
It's pretty emotional. We signed up for this job because we want to help. So there's nothing better than showing up and being able to do that and help save somebody's livelihood.
All of these fires are still under investigation. CAL FIRE is reporting 3 people in the San Marcos fire were hurt. It's unclear if those were firefighters and the extent of injuries. Reporting live in Escondido, Matt Mendez, 10 News.
Thank you, Matt. We have a better vantage point of the COCOS fire damage this midday.
10 News reporter Ashley DiMartino is on Coronado Hills Drive overlooking West Escondido.
Well, Bill and Virginia, we are actually just south of the 78 and west of the 15. Take a look behind me because you can see how the fire went from San Marcos and then just rolled right into West Escondido, and you can really make out the path that it took as it moved in. Now, the other thing that you're probably noticing from this vantage point is all the haze and the smoke that is all around the valley, and we have Sky 10 that's really showing that, because we were getting a lot of people that are complaining about just how hazy and smoky it is all across San Diego County, especially up here in the North County. Now, where we're standing is actually just above where we were earlier this morning, where we were at a home that was lost in the fire. This is all that is left of a home on Mount Whitney Road. The brick chimney still standing, but around it a pile of smoldering ash. You could make out things like the washer and dryer, stacks of burned books, a computer hard drive, and a melted filing cabinet. A few things were left untouched, like this Buddha statue next to a pond in the front yard. In the backyard, holes were punched into the side of an above-ground pool to let the water out. And behind there, a chicken coop where the chickens inside were not harmed. Larry Hopkins lives across the street and watched the fire as it raged down the hillside and towards his neighborhood.
Well, I hope that's it. You know, we thought we were out of it yesterday, and it was really nice in the morning, and it just took off again like a rocket. But we didn't have wind in the morning. That kind of saved us, I think.
And we're zoomed in down here right now where you can see that white smoke that's coming up. We're seeing a lot of little, looks like dust devils, but fire tornadoes that are kind of up, spewing up, I guess, in that area that's down there right by where you can see one structure that was lost in this fire. But again, lots of smoke in this area and lots of haze that is in this area right now. And again, we are looking down at West Escondido. We are in Escondido. Ashley DiMartino, 10 News.
Thank you, Ashley. Today, crews are not only dealing with any hot spots, they're also dealing with the damage from these fires.
10 News photojournalist Jenny Creighton is live in San Marcos in our breaking news tracker. Jenny, what do you see?
Bill, Virginia, this is part of the cleanup, the repair, as you just said. There must be 15, 20 SDG&E vehicles, give or take a few. They're here at Coronado Hills Drive. They're ready to go up and start repairing some of these telephone lines and telephone poles. Bill, Virginia, what you're looking at here, these are the metal poles that they're going to be replacing some of the wooden ones that burned up there. Of course, they've learned a lot from fire technology, from past fires. They know what they have to do to get up there in this rural area. It's still dangerous up there. I still see some hot spots. And get to their work, get to these posts, get to the poles. They've got all the equipment here. They're staging, ready to go. And, Bill, last night I was up in the Elson Forest area, Harmony Grove, and there were already SDG&E people up there, pitch black, couldn't see anything, and there they were.
Yeah, we saw power poles exploding in those flames around this time yesterday, Jenny, and it's nice to know they can get back on the scene so quickly and start to repair everything.
That's what they're doing. They're here, ready to go.
Great. Wow. Jenny Creighton in our live breaking news tracker. Firefighters couldn't save all the houses from the Cocos fire, of course. Yeah,
10 News reporter Hannah Mullins is live in Harmony Grove with a heartbreaking reaction from one of those homeowners who lost his home. She saw him about an hour ago. Hannah?
Guys, we've been trying to help the Roberts family get in to see their home, and this is what they returned to. Their garage is just completely gutted. Dave Roberts didn't even go in at first because he knew how heartbreaking it would be.
My whole life is here, and I lost everything.
Dave Roberts lost his dream home. He built it by hand 20 years ago, and the Cocoa fire destroyed it in one day. He saw the damage on 10 News, and we were with him when he saw it in person.
What's going through my mind? I'm just...
When the winds picked up, the flames grew so fierce, fire tornadoes started eating away at the hillside. Oh God, something just, oh, that's an explosion. Then a transformer blew, and we made a run for it.
The storm was coming this way, blew the windows out.
Roberts stayed back, trying to protect his home and help fire crews. With flare-ups all over, they faced critical decisions about who to help.
I filled 3 trucks here with my pool water. I pumped it with those hoses that are laying over there into those trucks, and those guys said, hey, if the wind changes, comes back here, we've got your back, we'll be back here.
Roberts says they were working hard and saved other homes, but never came back for his.
First of all, just glad that I have the Lord above and my wife and my son.
And if there's one little miracle, there are dozens. The one part untouched was where the animals were. About 20 goats, 2 chickens, and the things that matter most.
Between my family and friends and relatives and everybody, I'll make it somehow.
And you can see new crews out here now trying to mop up hot spots. A firefighter came up here early this morning to personally talk to Roberts. He didn't know what had happened, but said it is devastating. It is the very thing they fight so hard to avoid. We're live in San Marcos. Hannah Mullins, 10 News.
Absolutely heartbreaking, Hannah. And here in the 10 News Live Center, we've been in contact with the city of San Marcos to figure out what exactly is going on with these evacuations around the fire zone. We know many of you at home are asking, so I want to break this down for you. Take a look at the map. 78 runs along here. Of course, that's Cal State San Marcos, and you see the red-filled area. That is our fire zone that has burned. Now, these two large areas in blue, this is where mandatory evacuations are still in place. And you can see it really encompasses the east, west, and north of the fire, all this upper area. I want to pull this up for you just to be really clear, to break it down. These are the neighborhoods that are still evacuated. It includes Discovery Hills, Discovery Meadows, Santa Leo Hills, Oak Creek Ranch, Coronado Hills, and then all residents that are north and west of West Valley Parkway. These are the only areas that have been confirmed where residents can return to their homes. That's the west side of Villa Veracruz and Lake San Marcos. Of course, we're going to stay on top of this for you, as well as any breaking information. Back to you guys on the desk.
A lot of people still displaced, Natasha. Thank you. We want to get to the weather forecast because we're hoping that it'll make it a bit better for firefighters today.
Yeah, please tell us that it will, Robert.
Yeah, the one thing for sure is the winds have eased up significantly. I mean, look at some of the wind gusts here, especially in our far eastern counties, our foothills and our mountains, and that's a good gauge. And sure enough, we're not seeing those strong gusts. Vulcan Mountain, about 17. Look at Sill Hill, 11 miles per hour. So things definitely improving in that department. Now, because of the lack of winds, or at least light winds, look at all the smoke sort of just kind of lingering around there. That's up in Red Mountain next to Fallbrook. It's still hot, 91 Poway, El Cajon. This one particular temperature, 97. San Diego, 80s along the coast. This is cooler than yesterday, 3 to 5 degrees out there. And there you see that trough of low pressure is really what's going to help to improve and bring up our numbers, including our humidity levels, little at a time each single day. Now look at the forecast. We drop in temperatures over the weekend even more so, 60s next week, and then 80s coming over the weekend, and then 70s next week. So definitely some changes coming. We'll get rid of the heat tomorrow.
Applaud those clouds. Those are going to be very welcome for a change.